This is a question from a grade 11 textbook. An orchard owner has maintained records that shows that if 25 apple trees are planted in 1 acre, then each tree yields an average of 500 apples. You plant 25 apple trees. Each tree produces 500 apples. So I have 25 trees. Each tree produces 500 apples. So 25 trees will produce that many apples. Okay, let's read on. The yield decreases by 10 apples per acre. Not per acre, sorry. Decreases by 10 apples per tree for each additional tree that is planted. Oh, if you plant more than 25, if you plant 26, if you plant 26, one more, then it will produce 10 less apples. So it will produce 10 less. This is the number of apples produced each tree. But now your tree is one more than 25. So this is the total number of apples. Total number of apples. If I plant one more tree, if I plant two more trees, then the number of apples per tree will decrease by 20. And this product is the total number of apples produced if I add two more trees. We can generalize this. If I add X more trees in addition to 25, if I add X more, then the number of apples produced by each tree will be reduced by 10x. Is that right? So this is the number of apples. Okay, let's read on. This part A is asking how many trees should be planted for maximum total yield. So the total yield is this. Then how many trees should be planted to produce the maximum amount from this expression, because this is the number of apples produced. This is part A. So you see, this is a quadratic function. If you expand it, it's a quadratic function. Therefore, if you want to find the maximum of this expression, you need to complete the square. Now this part is done by one of my students, but he has a question about part B. Let's read on what part B is. Part B. The cost of maintaining each tree is $6.5. It's $6.50. For each tree, you must spend $6.50 to maintain it. In other words, you have to do some work on each tree. For example, you need to add fertilizer, and you need to water them, etc. You maintain. So the cost of maintaining is $6.50 for one tree. And the owner can expect to sell the apples for 15 cents each. Each apple can be sold for 15 cents. How many trees should be planted for, or should he plant for maximum revenue? Now, we must understand the word revenue. What does revenue mean? Revenue means the business, how much money the business brings to you. So you sell the apple, so you get money. So the amount of money you get by selling the apples is called revenue. Revenue is just income. In other words, the income before you subtract any expenses. The maintaining cost is the expense. Before you subtract the expense, the income is called the revenue. Now this question is asking the maximum revenue. Then I think the first sentence of part B, the cost of maintaining $6.50, is not useful because you want revenue. You don't care what the cost is. So, in my opinion, the word revenue should be changed to profit. Because the cost of maintaining is given in part B, then more logically, you want the income subtract the cost to get the profit, right? So in my opinion, the word revenue should be changed to profit. Let's do that. So let's find the profit function and we maximize it. The profit is income minus cost. What is the income? This is the total number of apples. But you sell apple, each one is 15 cents. So you must multiply the total number of apple by 15 cents, and that will be your income. So let's do that. Let me erase line, the first top line. Okay. So the income should be this is the total number of apples, and you sell the apples. Each one is 15 cents. So you must multiply 15 cents to get the income. Multiply that. So this is the income. And you must subtract the cost of maintaining. Subtract. The cost of maintaining is each apple is 6.50. Let me see this. Part B. It's not each apple. Each tree is 6.50. So, what is the number of tree? So you subtract the number of tree is 25 plus x. So this is the number of tree, and to maintain each tree you spend $6.50. Okay. Let me see. Is that $6.50? Part B. Yes, it's $6.50. Okay, so you must multiply $6.50. So this is the profit. Then you expand this bracket, multiply these two brackets, multiply 0.15, and expand this part, and you simplify, and look at this. You have x here, so this part is a quadratic function. This part is just linear, but this all together, it's a quadratic function. So finally, you get a quadratic function. Okay. Then I just omit the detail of each step because the simplification is quite straightforward. You just expand the product. So let me write down the result of simplification. Okay. So the result of simplification, I have done this. Let me see that. Okay. Give me a few minutes because I need a pair of glasses. So this is what you need to expand it. Let's see now. I think my calculation, I had a mistake in the calculation, so my answer is not right. Let's see that. Oh, okay. So, okay, it doesn't affect my final answer. So, to simplify this, this can be simplified to negative 1.5 x squared minus 24 6 7 x plus a number here. In my draft, I made a mistake here, but that doesn't affect my final answer. I just leave this, there is some number here. So what we need now, this is just a number, okay? There is no x in this part. So I need to do completing the square. To complete the square, I need to divide this by 2 and square it and add the result and subtract the same result. Then I will have x minus something here and a constant here. Now this part is the maximum value. This part is the value corresponding to x. When x is equal to this number, you have the maximum. So these two numbers are the vertex coordinates. So what is this number? It's half of this. So it is 12.33. When x equals 12.33, I have maximum. I have maximum profit. But the question is asking how many trees I should plant. This x is the extra number of trees in addition to 25 trees. So, answer is 25 plus 12.33. And this is 37.33. So I must plant 37.33 trees per acre. You can round it, so this is 33. And this is exactly the answer given by the textbook. I'm sorry about that. I made a mistake in this constant, but that doesn't affect the final answer, because the final answer is x equals half of this number. So, sorry for the mistake here, but the answer is okay, the 37. I skipped many steps here in the simplification. I hope you will understand and you can do the simplification. So that answers one of my students. He is asking about this part B. That's it for this lesson, for this question. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.